Hey everybody, I'm experiencing extreme insomnia, and I have some things to do in a couple hours, some training classes that I have to go to, and I at least have enough sleep that I'm not going to fall asleep in those classes, but I've been feeling like shit for a week, and so I'm up early. In about an hour, I'm supposed to be making coffee to wake up, to keep myself up for those classes, but I think I'll be good. But I just decided to make some YouTube videos to pass the time since I can't do anything really loud in the house right now. Um, One of the videos that's on my plate to make right now that I'm just gonna do is Sugarland Ren. Link in the description box to his video. He challenged anyone who's been a skeptic on the atheist side of things to, instead of look for the reasons why God doesn't exist, to make your best argument for the existence of God. And he, in particular, specifically called me out for this challenge. So he rightly assumed that I am always up for a challenge or a tag video. Um, it might take me a day or two to get to it, especially when I'm having extreme insomnia all the time. But here goes. Uh, Many of you who've watched me for a very long time know that I come to atheism from the starting point of igtheism. And so when I'm trying to make a good argument for God, my first question is, which God? What is God? Like that starting point, I have to actually get past in order to participate in this tag video. And I'm just going to leave that kind of nebulous for the rest of the video because I'm kind of leaning towards making this argument for a God that exists in written literature here on Earth, but I can't even wrap my head around a deistic God being present in the universe and making any difference as to whether you worship them or not, or believe in them. So that's a really hard question to ask me. But after I get past that and just set that conundrum aside and say we're just not going to worry about what God is, let's make an argument for whatever God is. I come to the conclusion in all of the interactions that I've had with people here on YouTube that there's two criteria that you can have, and that is arguing to yourself has one set of criteria, and arguing to other people that God exists has a different set. Because a lot of times here on YouTube, people discount personal interactions with God, personal testament, personal experience, as being something that you cannot use as evidence for God. But if I'm only making this argument for my personal belief, if I'm only trying to convince myself, then I would say my best argument would probably be of a personal nature. What kind of personal experiences did I have with this God? If I'm trying to sell other people on the notion of belief in this God, then there's a whole new ball game. There's a whole higher level of expectations because the communications between two individuals will start to tend towards empirical notions of what is true and logic and whatnot. So then I'd have to be locked into trying to explain my argument to other people in a way that's convincing. And I really haven't found a really good argument for other people to believe my God, whoever that God is. You know, I've spent a whole day thinking about this in the back of my head, and my best argument that I could stomach using myself, knowing what I know, is that you could live a really good life and just show other people that you believe this thing and it has resulted in you having happiness and fun and it has fulfilled your life. When people ask you why you have this good life, you would say, well, kind of like how a rapper who talks about slapping bitches and hoes will go to the Grammys and say, "Yay, JC, you're number one. You got me this Grammy." Basically, just just telling people that your good life has come about through you following the tenets of or belief in your God. I feel like a life well lived is the best argument for a God, if that's what brought you your good life, and that's the best I got. you know, I don't believe in any gods, and so all of these years of hearing different arguments and slapping them down has made me very unwilling to use any of those arguments. So basically, if I were trying to convert people, I would just live a good life, and those people who envied it or wondered why I was so happy in my life, I would tell them about how I came about this happiness and what really is the foundation of my understanding of the world. That's all I got. Sorry, Sugarland Wren. I hope this answer is sufficient, because I can't really stomach most any other of the arguments that I've seen replayed ad nauseum for years here on YouTube. They're all played out, and at this stage of my life, living a happy life is the most important thing to me for the rest of my life. And I have been eliminating a lot of shit from my life, and I've become happier, and I want other people to be happy. So that's the perspective that I'm coming from.